The New York Times has named Kendrick Lamar the greatest rapper of this generation. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Kung Fu Kenny now. Kung Fu Kenny, what's the problem here? I need to know what's the problem. What's the problem? Do you not agree? Are you not entertained? Is Kendrick not the number one rapper of this? They didn't say number one. They said the greatest rapper. Well, where we stopping at with generation? Right? I think Kendrick is, let me find out how old Kendrick, because I think Kendrick is like 37, something like that. Hold on, give me a second. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. I think Duckworth, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born June 17th, 1987, is an American rapper and songwriter known for his progressive musical styles and socially conscious music. So, if you're born in 1987, right, let's do the math. Yeah, so Kendrick is 35, so where we starting the generations at? Let's talk about it. That means he wasn't in the rap until the mid 90s, right? So that generation is our generation. Now, by the time I was already a teenager by the time Kendrick was born. But, so they're not talking about my generation. So they're talking about, I want to say, late 90s to right now. If we're going to be fair, most of the people you're going to name are not in his generation. It's going to hurt you to say you can't be like RZA, the Jizza, LL Cool J, Petey Pablo. You can't. All these people you about to run through, they not in this conversation. I'm sorry. They're not in this conversation. As a matter of fact, he ain't even signed to TDE to 2005. So if we're going to say generation, now I'm putting him ahead of a lot of people from that generation, but that's me. I lived through that generation. I was rap. Listen, Pee Wee Herman, new dance sensation. I was listening to rap back then. I was listening to rap back when the Skinny Boys was popping. I was listening to rap back when a Special Ed OG, the Fat Boys, right? Gangstar, Guru, Public Enemy, Brand Nubians, right? All that. That's me. That's my era. And I'm going to put Kendrick in front of a bunch of them. But that's just me. But we're going to keep it on the topic at hand that says greatest rapper of this generation. Now, a lot of y'all going to get mad, but we're not talking about Biz Markie and Big Daddy Kane, bro. Right? We're talking about Lupe Fiasco. Right? We're talking about, what's my guy over here? We're talking about Asher Roth, right? We're talking about J. Cole, right? It's a different generation than we're talking. We're not talking about Eminem. Before you get started, right? Now, I'm talking about all of that. I put Kendrick above all of that because of what he's done musically, not just what he's able to sell with the music he's doing. See, the music Kendrick is doing, this is the dream music that we used to make. I'm not talking about goofy rappers. I'm talking about socially conscious rappers and just rappers on lyrics. This is the stuff that he's writing, is what we used to say, this is real rap. But a lot of y'all get confused because he's been able to merge the two and sell them at a very high level that Kendrick is pop. Kendrick is not pop. Kendrick is not pop music by no stretch of the imagination. Kendrick can make viable records, and this world can resonate with it, but it's not pop music by no stretch. And a lot of y'all don't understand, he's doing real rap, right? Real hip hop. It's supposed to be creative. It's supposed to be genre bending. It's supposed to be eclectic. It's supposed to have messages and meanings. It's supposed to be deeper than the average stuff. And you're also supposed to be able to get down in the mud and get gritty when you need to and say some real ill verses. You're supposed to have dope beats. You're supposed to be challenging the societal norms. You're supposed to be opening people's minds with things that they're afraid to think and afraid to talk about. Most of the rappers you're going to name ain't doing that. Stop me when I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, throw your phone against the wall and crack it. But at the end of the day, your phone's safe because I'm not lying to you. I'm keeping it 100. What an MC supposed to do. A lot of y'all don't know what a rapper supposed to do. You think a rapper supposed to wear big chains and make a lot of money. That's not what a rapper's supposed to do. A rapper can do that. Right? You can do that. Any good rapper worth anything should be doing that. But what the genre really is about to real MCs and real spitters, it's the stuff that's coming up here. That's making you like, oh, wow, let me rewind that. What did he just say? Oh, he put something in perspective that I never thought of like that. Oh, he's talking about this and that and the third that most of these rappers are scared to say because they don't want to lose their contract. They don't want to lose their deal. They don't want to get canceled. Right? A lot of them are scared to be vulnerable. A lot of them are still worried about how they appear and they don't want to look soft to people. Meanwhile, they soft. Right? A lot of y'all is soft. I'll go mad places without a weapon, not worrying about nothing because I'm not soft. And a lot of y'all are soft. Right? It ain't about you not scared. It's about you're soft because you're scared of what people going to think about you. And you're scared to put that into a rap. That's why you're a terrible MC. That's why your music is repetitive and your album sounds garbage. I'm just keeping it a buck. It ain't that your music is too new for people to get with of our age. It's that it's garbage. It's that it has no heart. It has no soul and you sound soft. Because you're talking about walking the streets with a pistol and shooting somebody and having all this gold on that you know you're not going to protect and doing all these crimes that you know you're going to snitch as soon as you get caught. So that's why your music, we don't believe you. Right? So a real MC want to hear real lyrics. Kendrick provides that. J. Cole provides real lyrics. J. Cole was talking about Kanye when everybody still thought Kanye was cool. He was telling y'all this dude's a fraud. And guess who knew what he was saying? Real MCs. I play that. I go back to that video where he's talking about, clearly talking about Kanye. And I get it. He couldn't admit that, but I'm telling you he was talking about Kanye. And I go back and listen to that, and it's just as good as it was the first time I heard it. Him on the bus. He's in the back of the bus rapping, spitting, boom. He's talking about Kanye, and it's real. And he's talking about Wale. I didn't even get that he's talking about Wale till Wale got mad about it. But then you listen to it like, yeah, he's talking about Wale. But at the end of the day, it's real spitters, right? And there's certain things I'm not going to say because they're not in this man's category. But Kendrick is 100% the greatest rapper of this generation. And a lot of y'all going to come out the woodwork and say, but what about Drake? What about him? I can literally play a song from Drake's beginning of his career and play a song that he just made yesterday, and that has zero growth. Do you have to say something and be conscious as a rapper? At some point you do. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. To be the greatest rapper? If we're going to call you the greatest rapper and you ain't saying nothing, every single song is about some chick you beat. You smashed her in a bees or somewhere. That's your entire career. Your entire career is about emotions of this girl and that girl and the third girl. And what rapper hates on you? That's it? That's all we talking about? Nah, you're not the greatest. I don't care who wrote it. So I'm just going to keep it a buck. A rapper has more meaning than just I sold mad records. I bang mad chicks. I take private flights. And I get mad dough. Right? And you may even say Kanye, and even if Kanye, let's be honest, even if Kanye was in this man's generation, right? Let's just say that. And even the things that Kanye said in the beginning of his career, let's include those. Right? And let's include that he didn't write 59% of that stuff. right? Most of Kanye's hit records, Jesus Walks and all, was written by someone else. But we're gonna wipe. We're not even gonna acknowledge any of that. We're just gonna put him in for what he said and what he did, right? Nothing really matters tomorrow. All of that great music. All of that great music. We're gonna include it in this conversation, right? And we're gonna put him. We're gonna measure him against Kendrick, and we're gonna be like Kanye versus Kendrick, right? Then you're gonna go to the second half of his career when he started to make complete trash. And he turned his back on his whole race and the entire culture of hip hop because he wants to be whatever he wants to be at this moment. That disqualifies you. So no, we cannot include Kanye in the conversation of greatest rapper of any generation. Because we learned that most of the stuff you said was written for you, and then it was a fraud because you didn't believe it, because you turned your back on all of it. Yes. So no, we can't say Kanye. Eminem is not in Kendrick's generation. I want to say what, 05, when Kendrick signed a TDE, and then he didn't even pop till 2011. I'm reading his stats. By 2011, Eminem was already a damn near old head. That's gonna be 100 with you. Now Eminem still has his fan base in this, but they're not in the same generation, right? And even if you do want to say, okay, let's put him in the same generation, Eminem, don't get me wrong, he makes some of the biggest. I am an Eminem proponent. I am a fan of Eminem. Right, I listen to music to kill by all that, right? All of that. When he dropped something, I didn't listen to the greatest hits albums because why would I listen to that? But end of the day, they're not the same either. I'm sorry. As much as Eminem resonates to a certain degree, he doesn't vibrate at the level of a Kendrick, because Kendrick can tap into our struggle and it won't sound forced. Bottom line, much as I love Eminem, rappers are black music. You got to be able to tap into the struggle of it. And as good as Eminem is, he's one of the best, probably the top 5 ever in the history of hip hop, lyrically, right? I'm not talking about making songs. I'm talking about able to flow and spit and do any type of hip hop style, any type of rap style. Eminem is probably the top 5 in there, right? KRS, Nas, Eminem. I'm gonna leave the rest out there, right? But you got to be able to at some point resonate with what we are going through as hip hop. And I don't think no rapper does it better than Kendrick. And I'm not going to hop on this too much longer. New York Times was right, and I don't care what you say. Get in the comments and tell me how many people you're going to name that's done everything that Kendrick's done on the level that he's done it. And the minute you say Drake, your comment is disqualified. Because Drake doesn't do what Kendrick does and still sell the records that Kendrick does. Kendrick is a conscious rapper that can spit. And he just dropped one of the most seminal albums that for years they're going to be trying to recreate this album. Not right now because they don't know what they have yet. Like these rappers, most of these rappers, the world knows because they listened to the album. It was one of the biggest albums of the year. But the rappers don't know yet. They still chasing what was happening last year. They don't understand Kendrick has changed his game forever. With that therapeutic release, that missed them around the Big Steppers, that has changed rap and they don't even know it yet. You're going to have to spit some real deep stuff going forward. But they will know in about 2 years. They will know that in about 2 years. So I'm going to leave it at that. Kendrick was named the greatest rapper of this generation, and it is a fact. If you have another rapper, Big Crit, somebody you want to name, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody, Nav, whoever you want to name, we could talk about that person as well, right? Who else can we say? What's my girl? I can't think of my girl's name, but it's quite a few female rappers, right? That I'm bugging out right now because I can't remember her name. There is quite a few. But get in the comments, let me know what you think. Kendrick is the greatest or not. I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. Peace.
CLB.